Welcome to Picture Book Chat, where we feature a handful of new picture books each month and discuss what makes them great. Whether you're a parent, caregiver, or teacher, you're bound to find some wonderful reading suggestions from librarians Mary Ellen Brax and Sheri Boggs.
Hi, welcome to Picture Book Chat. I'm Mary Ellen, and this is my colleague,
Sheri Boggs.
And we're here to share some books with you today. So, Sheri, what do you want to start with today?
I'm so excited about this one. This is like seeing an old friend. This is
Yes.
Dinosaur Roar. I was a bookseller back in the 90s for Auntie's Bookstore, and I remember this book. This book was one of our really popular dinosaur books. It's been out of print for a little while. I'd say maybe, it hasn't been that long, like maybe 5 years. But like with a staple like this, it is really unfortunate because it's a great book, and to not have it out there is disappointing. And so I'm really happy to see it again. It's got kind of an updated cover. It's got this texture on the front that I don't remember from before. But anyway, Dinosaur Roar, it is in collaboration with the Smithsonian Museum. Love the end papers. I know you're a fan of the end papers.
Yes.
Got all sorts of different
The kids
dinosaurs.
will spend hours poring over the end papers.
And identifying. Yeah. So the inside is just like what I remember. It's got like the huge text, which is really important for kids, being able to see that and kind of make those connections between sounds and letters. You've got sound words: dinosaur roar, dinosaur squeak. It plays with opposites. You've got this teeny tiny little dinosaur, looks kind of like a Muppet right there.
Yeah.
And you've got your giant T-Rex with his equally giant teeth. Dinosaur fierce, dinosaur meek, again playing with the opposites.
Yeah.
You can talk about the difference between fierce and meek. Maybe talk about what the dinosaurs ate, if you want to go there. Dinosaur fast, dinosaur slow. So it's just a simple, it's not even really a story, but you see these different dinosaurs interacting with each other, and you get to look at all the ways that they're opposite from each other. I think there can be some fun, like looking at patterns and colors on some of these. It's a book that works a couple of different ways. I love what they're doing with the shadows here. So just a really great book. I'm really happy to see it back in print. This cracks me up. Dinosaur sweet, dinosaur grumpy. She's all like, no. And again, like the dinosaur identification, I think the kids that know their dinosaurs will have a lot of fun calling out
Definitely.
their favorites as they see them. What did you think about this one, Mary Ellen?
Oh, I was so happy. It was always one of my favorites to read in story time. So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I love the language in it, and that it's giving the kids those opposite words, but they're using some little higher vocabulary words than you would necessarily see. I also love that. I think it would work well for toddlers because there's not too much text on the page.
Yeah, that's
your
a good
young
point.
threes who are really into dinosaurs will like this, and you'll read it again and again and again and again and again. Yes, but yeah, I think it would still appeal if you read it in a preschool story time.
Oh, good.
So for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds.
Yeah, you wouldn't lose them with this.
No, you wouldn't. They just love the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are still...
They're perennial.
Yes. Yeah, perennial favorite. So, yeah, no, I was thrilled to see it back because I think I even said, I think this is a reprint. When you put it on the new book list when we did our STARS class. But it was definitely great to call people's attention to it. So, I mean, this was a book when my kids were little.
Yeah.
So,
And I think, people that work with these age groups like daycare providers and early childhood education specialists, this is a book that everybody knows. And if people have run into trouble finding it, it's always nice to kind of put it out there like you can get it again.
Right.
Grab it while it's still in print.
And I love that this is Smithsonian Kids, that it's labeled that too. So that, for those teachers and parents that may be looking for some more science-oriented titles, this would be a good start. I mean, it doesn't have, the information about the dinosaurs, but for the kids, as long as they see a dinosaur on the page, they're really happy.
That's all you really need sometimes.
Yeah. So yes, glad to see Paul Stickland and Henrietta Stickland back again.
Yeah.
It's because it's a favorite in our house. And
Yeah, it's a good one. So once again, that's Dinosaur Roar, and you can scan the code on the back here and put a hold on it.
yep.
Celebrating 30 roaring years.
Yes,
Love
that's
it.
great. Yeah,
I don't want to think about how many years that is.
I know. Well, my oldest is 31.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so the next one we have, it was so fun to see.
Another old friend.
Another old friend, Bill Martin Jr. and Michael Sampson, illustrated by Nathalie
Beauvois.
Beauvois. Thank you. Yes, I was trying to get into my French mode there. Rainbow Bear. And so, yes, this is just another great one with a bear, because you might recognize Brown Bear, Brown Bear. And so, again, end papers, colorful end papers. It gives you an idea of what might be to come. But this is about a little bear just waking up after hibernating all winter. And then he says, he finds his mommy. And he's hungry. So then he starts going, she says, well, there's things to eat out there. Go get some berries. So it's just really fun because he starts eating different colors of berries. So red berries and orange berries. And if you look closely, you start to see him turn different colors from eating the berries. And so you'll see he starts moving up. And by the time he's blue, you can see different things coming up, different colors popping up on his body. And then by the end, Mommy says, little bear, you're my messy little bear. And then he's all the different colors of all the berries that he ate. So, and he's like, happy little me. I'm your rainbow bear. And then I liked at the end they have the rainbow and the spectrum, and then you can go through and name all the colors too. So I think it would be...
And name some of the fruits maybe even.
Yeah, you could go back and name some of the fruits. And then they have a little information about how many bears in North America and Europe hibernate. So
Nice.
for up to 8 months. So
Wow.
interesting.
Living the dream.
Yes, but no, I just thought it was great. And, you know, it's great for that kind of older toddler and young preschool, but it works great for regular preschool, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. So, again, it's a book you could use in a lot of different ways and would be fun to use if you were doing a unit on different fruits and berries. You could go through some of those. With your class. You could draw a picture of what your rainbow bear would look like. What colors would your rainbow bear be? What
Weirdly
foods would
pizza.
you? Yeah. What foods would you eat to make the colors? So I think that would be a fun activity to do. What did you think, Sheri?
I thought it was great for a lot of the same reasons you did. I love the different colors and the connection between the colors that he turns and the foods that he's eating. Not so much with bears, but some animals that really influences how they look. Like some of the
Right.
things that they eat, you know, actually change their appearance.
Right.
I love the relationship between the mother bear and the baby bear.
Yes.
I think this is just a really kind of reassuring family
Yeah.
sort of book. Yeah, I thought it was just great, and I think doing art activities with this would be really fun. You know, just looking at the
yeah.
construction of some of this, doing some kind of Eric Carle-esque
Yeah, with the tissue
collage.
paper.
Yeah.
Tissue paper and different.
paint.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think it's a really solid preschool book.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So once again on the back, here is the code for you to scan and get to our catalog and put it on hold. And I like the back, they even put some of the comments in rainbow colors back here too. So just a fun book to, you know, talk about colors with your child.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Okay. So this next one.
Toad by Toad.
Yes,
so
yes, it's
excited.
a fun one.
Right off, I love this cover. I love the huge letters. Very likable little protagonist there.
Yes.
Not much going on in the end papers, but that's okay. So it starts out, the father's calling out breakfast. I love the simplicity of
Yes.
these layouts. Like, it's just a lot of white space, a little pop of text. No time, Pop, can't stop. So he's running out the door, and it turns out he works for his dad. He helps him out in the garage. Big cars, little cars, old cars, new cars. I love these different animals and their personalities.
And they match with the cars that they're driving.
I love what's going on here with like her fur coat and her little flag. This guy, I love that, like, he looks like he can finally afford this kind of car, whatever it is. Everyone's got places to be. I love that you've got like your little pizza rat. Pizza. But then things start to happen. And because he works for his dad's garage, he's got to stop to help. Everyone needs help sometimes.
Yeah.
So you see this guy with his hood up. That's where Toad comes in. So I love the wordplay that you have to get your car towed, and the person that's coming to do that is, in fact, a toad.
Yeah.
So you can talk about, is that homonyms? Words that sound the same? Yeah. So I love this poor little skunk looking back at his broken down car.
Yeah.
He's happy to help. I just love the way they do the reflection of the light in his eyes here. Like, he just is so bright and perky. His dad wants him to stop for lunch. He's like, no time, Pop, can't stop. So he's got a great work ethic.
Yes.
The cat has a flat. The dog hits a log. Stanley's snout's engine fell out. Mayor Hop forgot to stop. So chaos reigns in this book. And then it turns out like he starts having some car trouble. And I love this page where they express that, like, in the sounds, like click, clack, huge letters, chirp, buzz. And that's a fun thing you can do with kids, is talk about the different sounds that cars make.
Yeah.
Like how sometimes cars will indicate that they are running into trouble by the sounds that they make. And so he breaks down. And I love, like, he looks like he's sweating here.
Yeah.
Just super playful. And by the end of the book, the kind of moral of the story is, everybody needs help sometimes. And it's kind of a representation of how, like, you've got to feed yourself and take care of your own needs. Like, eat breakfast before you leave the house.
Yeah.
I love his little frustration here. So it's a great kind of social, emotional book.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say about this one is the Geisel Award, which is awarded to beginning readers every year. It's kind of like what the Caldecott is for picture books, and the Newbery Award is for children's fiction. The Geisel Award is for beginning readers. But sometimes they'll honor a book that's not like your typical easy reader, like like those little Pete the Cat books or like Little Bear. And this is one of their honor books, which I totally love. I love sometimes when it's a great picture book that gets that honor. And I think a lot of it has to do with the rhyming text, the really big print size. And just how engaging the story is, because it's got to be something that makes kids want to read.
Yeah, and the sounds. So it's Davy Dog, Katy Cat. So you've got some of those sounds that repeat too.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. And I just love, like, this page, like how much the pictures pop with the white, and that you have no trouble finding where the words are on the page too, which will be helpful as kids are learning how to read too. So yes.
His name's written on his lunch sack.
Oh,
so cute.
So there's an attention to detail to this book that I think kids who love cars will really love this story too. Cars and trucks will love this story too. So it would be a fun one to read in story time to a group of kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, the last two would be great in story time, as with this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What ages would you use this with, do you
I think preschool, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. You could use it with 2-year-olds too, if you've got 2-year-olds that really like to sit for stories.
Yeah.
I can see them easily sitting for this one. And because it rhymes too, that'll catch their attention also. I've always found that if a book rhymes, even if it's a longer book, a lot of times 2-year-olds will sit for that. Or, if they're the type that wander around while you read, they'll keep turning around going, oh, because they hear that rhythm, the cadence of the language. So yes. Yeah. Preschool. Maybe some toddlers.
Yeah.
That would like that, 2-year-olds.
And it's interesting, the art can seem very kind of simple or basic, but he's doing some fun things with perspective. And some things, like, I love that you've got this car kind of in the foreground,
right,
looking at this one, and then back on, let me find the page again. Like, I love this, the way that this is set up, and the car's kind of coming right at you, and he's leaving his dad behind.
Yeah, you can tell Dad's running after him.
Yeah. So and I love the way the lines kind of, the power lines kind of cue that. I just think from an art perspective, too, it's really kind of an amazing book.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you see the smoke billowing as they're driving away.
Yeah, and you've got your speech bubbles for when Toad is talking.
Yeah.
Interesting that it's not on this side, but the line indicates it too. Anyway, just super wonderful book, Toad by Toad, and that's by Jashar Awan. Awan, not sure how to say that. Here's the code on the back if you would like to put a hold on this wonderful book and take it home to share with your kids.
Sure to be a winner.
Yeah, love it.
Well, the next one we have is a fun one. It's Bookie and Cookie. So you can already tell there's going to be some rhyming in here, by Blanca Gómez. And this one is about two friends. They're best friends. And you can see one of them peeking in here. But the way this book works is that it's on, Bookie is always on this side of the page, and Cookie is always on this side of the page. And so you get an introduction, and then they tell you what they like to do. So Bookie lives in the left-hand page of the book. I really love that they're doing the directionals. Cookie lives in the right-hand page, and you can see he likes to bake, and Bookie is with all his books. And so, but they love to spend time together. And they say, actually, whenever they are together, it's always in the right-hand page of the book. So they're always going to Cookie's house for some cookies. But then they get mad at each other. Yeah, I love the expressions here. And I like his little face is so sad. And then they talk about, well, they started, that it started the other day, and they're like, Cookie said, I guess Bookie had asked if Cookie would come over to his side of the page, and Cookie says no. And he says, well, why not? Because my page is nice. You like my page. I like my page. We are happy in my page. So then they get mad at each other, and then so it's a story about friendship.
Reciprocity.
Yes. And then, just a lot of social emotional in this story in terms of how they work it out. And as they're apart, they learn that, oh, maybe this isn't so fun after all. Maybe I missed that. And in fact, he invites Cookie over again, but he says, no. He goes, never mind, I'll eat the cookies here by myself on my page. But then they're kind of sad. And so they work through it, but then Bookie says, maybe I can get Cookie over here by baking some cookies. And so then he asks him if he would like some cookies, and then you can see him get closer and closer to the middle of the book. He's like, I'd really love to taste your cookies. And he says, with you and your page, what are we reading today? So then they come over, and then they take turns. And so they ate cookies on Bookie's page, and then they're reading on Cookie's page. So they kind of come to an agreement there. I love the concept of the two pages here and the back and forth. So I think this would work really well with preschoolers, because I think they can relate to some of the feelings there.
Yeah.
And then just how they work it out together. And so they go out on adventures outside their pages too. I thought it was really sweet. But again, you have a lot of white, even though there's a lot of detail in the picture. So I think it makes the illustrations pop. So yeah, I thought it was really good. And it was a good back and forth without too much text. It has, I think, just about the right amount of text there. And seems like a disagreement you would hear kids having.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, we always play in your room.
Yeah. We always go to your house. I have the best snacks, you know, that type of thing. So, yeah, I just thought this is a really cute book. And like I said, great for social emotional.
Yeah, definitely.
So what did you think, Sheri?
I loved this book. The reciprocity piece of, you know, kind of the give and take and, you know, putting yourself in someone else's shoes and, you know, making concessions for someone you care about, I think is really an important message. And you can't start that too early,
Right.
I think. And I love that there's some diversity, that they're similar but different skin colors, different hair colors. And the details are just riveting.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time I've been through this book, of course, and I love the homage to the Very Hungry Caterpillar as well.
And like the pillow with his initial on it,
Yeah.
with Cookie's initial on it, and I think
They each have pictures of each other in their houses.
Yeah.
Like here it's on the refrigerator, and I think over here it's on the wall.
yeah,
Here they are.
Yeah.
I love miles of books.
yeah. So if you got a child that really loves attention to detail too, there's some fun things to find in this book,
Like little
too.
Easter eggs. Yeah.
Definitely. And there's always like a little bookshelf in the background on Bookie's page, no matter what room he's in, which I thought was kind of nice.
Yeah, I like his little Read bumper sticker up on his corkboard. Page, sweet Page. I thought that was really funny because that's his home. And again with the like little signs of their friendship. I love that on Bookie's page, like he's got a little cushion for each of them on the chairs. This is really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
And the expressions on their faces too really show the feelings that they're feeling during this disagreement. So
And even
I think
the
that's
book,
for
like,
kids.
alone.
Yes. There's a lot in this book once you really start looking at it, because I hadn't seen that.
I just noticed it when we were looking at it. Gosh, and I love like the textiles. I love his kitchen towels.
Yeah.
It's really fun. So yeah, I just think it's a great book. I love these books that do a couple of different things, and I love that we have a social emotional book that also kind of plays with the concept of a book space and how that can be different rooms or different places.
Yeah.
Just a lot of fun.
Yes. Yes, definitely. So again, that was Bookie and Cookie, Blanca Gómez, and on the back, here is the code to scan and get to our catalog. So, oh look, and I just noticed on the back they're going to the library. Yes, yay! So come into the library and pick up your books once you put a hold on them, or come in to check out what else we have.
Maybe cookie cookbooks.
Yeah, cookie cookbooks. That would be fun. So, yes, thank you for joining us today, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Sheri.
Thanks, Mary Ellen.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Picture Book Chat. If you enjoyed this discussion, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We'll be back next month, and until then, happy reading with the children in your life.